Just a minute.
These are tomatoes. I'm going there. I'm going out there. Can I please? Can I go out there, please?
Careful. Don't hit those. Don't hit those.
You say,
Don't hit the plants.
I just walk around and look for something. I found something! Ta-da! I'm a found for cow.
Well, that's it.
What does that say? That doesn't mean that says the same thing. That's your mom's name. Mine?
Get started. How about that?
Is my mom?
How long till supper?
Well,
You could hold these two things while I do this.
Dad, are we gonna live now?
This what about what Logan's bring? Nice pitch.
Yeah.
He said that down there.
For Christian Life Network presents The Jim Lovejoy Show!
Good evening, brothers and sisters. I'm Jim Lovejoy, and I'm here this evening with our normal weekly presentation of the Jim Lovejoy Show. You know, this week has been a special week for all Christians across the world as our leader and Lord Benny has led us. We're having an earthquake here in the studio, and of course that is the Lord Benny working in his strange way to show us his power and his love for all of us. This evening, I think you're going to enjoy our guests. We have a variety of people with us. We have, let's see, the famous Chinese Jew, Irving Wame Hirschberger, founder of the famous Pump and Dump. We will also have a popular show business personality, Mr. Elvis Devo. And, oh, I see we've had a recent change in our program here, and we are to have Dwayne DeFam, author of Cooking Can Be Gay. I'm sure this will be interesting. But I'd like to start by bringing on our friend from the Far East, entrepreneur, and a Jew, as we do like to represent Jews from now and then, be they Chinese or otherwise, Mr. Irving Wame Hirschberger.
Hello, Mr. Lovejoy.
Well, it's nice to see you, Irving Wame, and may I call you Irving Wame?
Oh, if you may, Irving Wame.
I guess I'd like to start, and I'm sure our home viewers would enjoy this too, knowing some of the culture of the Chinese Jews. Now, Irving Wame, you're holding in your hand a Yamamoto, I understand?
This famous Yamamoto from my Papa son used to wear this dress. He wore this dress all over the place. And it never fitted me though. I don't know why. Go like this.
I see it. Is it very...
But back to cultural history. Cultural history started long ago in Athens. That's where curly hair come from.
I see.
You see?
I see you. You do resemble somehow the swarthy Sicilian field hands that we had on the show last week.
Well, I almost sound like hillbilly for a slight little minute. But I don't remember the question.
And perhaps we didn't have a question, Irving.
Perhaps not. Let me get into Pump and Dump.
I'd like to just say that the reason we've had you here, Irving Wame, is to share with our viewers at home and here in the studio the joy that you found through your involvement with the Pump and Dump franchises and what they've done to help Christians and Jews and Chinese across the world. Would you like to tell something about that?
One day, I sit at home, sort of thinking, saying, what could Irving want me to get out of laundry? So Irving say, I think maybe me start channel station. What kind of station? Dump station. Oh, this is terrible.
You're doing just fine.
No.
Irving Wame.
So I said, why can't prices be cream like at home? So it come to me. All over the place it come to me.
So this was somewhat of an inspiration to you, perhaps the Lord Benny himself, reaching down and touching you as you sat and thought.
The Jewish Chinese Lord, his name Jake. Jake, not Benny.
You know, home viewers, this is a chance for us to realize again that despite the many diverse populations across this world, we still encounter in many different forms the Lord Benny, be he called Benny or Jake. Don't you agree, Irving Wame?
Oh, Irving don't think much.
Well, that's good. Well, I guess you're thankful that you had an opportunity to thank that fateful day when the pump and dumps were born.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, let me go find Pump and Dump.
Well, let's thank Mr. Irving Wame Hirschberger. We
Got
do
to-
thank you
got
very
to
much,
run.
sir, and
I've
good
got
luck
to
with
run.
your
Got to
entrepreneur
Thank you.
future. That was Mr. Irving Wame Hirschberger, a Chinese person and a Jew. Now, we'll be talking further, hopefully, with Mr. Irving Wame, if he can make it back with us. But in the meantime, we have a special treat for you, Christian homemakers. You know, the Lord Benny sets across our table many, many cornucopias, if I can use the word. Is that all right, Tommy? Thank you, Tommy. If I can use that word, the Lord Benny sets across our table a grand feast of victuals. Can I use that word, Tommy? Thank you, Tommy. And we have with us tonight a specialist in some victuals, Mr. Dwayne DeFem, who has agreed at late notice to come on the show and talk about some dishes from his popular book, Cooking Can Be Gay. Now, we're going to join right in our Christian kitchen over here. I'm going to take a walk over here. If you stay with me, boys. We're going to go talk to Mr. Dwayne DeFem.
Why, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Dwayne. Well, Dwayne, I'm sure you're pleased, as I am, to be here on the Christian Life Network, and maybe you can tell us just a little something about the presentation you're going to have for us today.
Well, I'm cooking up one of my favorite dishes, which actually, I just don't know what to call it. It's just kind of a mishmash, you know.
Excuse me, did you ring?
Oh, you're so coy. It's just kind of a mismatch, you know. You have some of your, well, leftovers, you know, and things like that, and you just don't know, what are you gonna do, huh? Well, and so I've prepared this. You start out with the base, which is a nice little broth, and your basic meat, you know, whether it be any kind of leftovers or...
And if I could stop you right here, Dwayne, I'd like to show our homemakers at home the consistency of this yummy gravy.
Oh.
This is something Dwayne has been working on here in the studio all afternoon. You can see that. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Well, thank you. Now we add to this base a liberal dose of potatoes, which I like to just kind of, I like to play with my food. And
Are these a special kind of potato, Dwayne?
yes, as a matter of fact, they are. These are leftover potatoes.
Leftover
And, I like to sprinkle a little bit of vinegar on them and some maybe like, oh, just anything.
Could I get involved here, Dwayne? I do
Oh,
enjoy,
certainly.
enjoy the culinary arts.
Oh, I just love the way it squishes between my fingers. Have a napkin. We have plenty of napkins. And to this, I add some grains. You know, grains are very important. Growing bodies. For heavens. And I just kind of squish these up and kind of break them apart with your hands. Now, a lot of people like to use like knives, but I like to break them up with my hands, you know, and really get involved, you know.
As I'm doing now, Dwayne.
Yes. And bananas, always been one of my favorite foods.
And you just take the banana. This is an ordinary browned banana.
That's right,
It's been
that's right.
browning all day
Yes,
here.
yes. I usually leave them out for 6 to 8 hours before.
Can you get them on this, Tommy? This is fun, Dwayne. I can see why you enjoy cooking.
I just love it. And I add these things too. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's a little orangish kind of, sort of a sunset color. And
Would that be an ordinary squash, Dwayne?
yes, I usually do squash it. and a carrot.
Appears to be a carrot.
Yes.
One of the Lord Benny's own orange carrots.
That's right, that's right. I had more, but it mysteriously disappeared. And some more greens. These are green peppers. Green peppers are very good for you. They aid in digestion and help make everything come out right. And on top of that, I like to, a little breading if you will, and just kind of mix it up like this. Now, we come to the very most important part.
And this does look good.
And this is the masher. This is what I call masher. Isn't that cute? And I like to mash it vigorously. Stir it.
Could I try a little of that, Dwayne?
Oh, certainly, certainly. Go right ahead.
The texture appears to be important in this dish. Would that be correct?
Yes, very, very. In fact, I like to, at this point, get involved too with my hands, once again, if you will. And, ooh, my. Yes, and just kind of mix it up thoroughly. We want this to be nice and thorough. Oh, good heavens, what's this? Oh, never mind. You know, it's very important to me, though, to keep a clean kitchen. A very clean kitchen is important, as you will notice. We have, oh, mess, that roof, I tell you. Well, anyways, we add to this, if you can get Mr. Cameraman a little close up on this, this is ordinary 40 weight motor oil, and I like to sprinkle a little of that on marinade.
And ladies, let me tell you, this is just the best looking and smelling sauce that I've ever seen. And Dwayne, again, has been working very hard on this. You can see the texture is good to the feel. And am I right? We pour this right on here, Dwayne?
This is my own special recipe right here. It's a secret. Okay. Well, now we're ready to plop this in the oven. Oh my, I just can't wait. We'll plop this, in the oven.
Oops.
And, well, of course, this is how it ordinarily comes out. It usually takes about 45 minutes to cook. But this is the final product, and believe me, it tastes simply delicious.
Oh,
would you care to try?
Dwayne, I have to tell you, this is one of the most scrumptious looking dishes. And Christians, remember, when the Lord Benny blesses you with the type of food that we've had available here for us today, we want to put our Benny given talents into the preparation of fine dishes like this. And we thank you, Dwayne.
Well, thank you,
Thank you very much. Now, as we clean up the kitchen area, I'm going to be moving back over to the studio here, and we're going to have another guest, a very famous guest, Mr. Elvis Devo, a Christian entertainer. So we here. So, boys, if you can make it with me, we'll make it over here. So, if we would, Mr. Elvis Devo, with us here this evening. We'll pause for this song from Tommy.
Most of all, I did it my way.
Thank you, Tommy, for that beautiful message. And now, here's the moment all you Christian kids have been waiting for. Your favorite famous television, recording, and concert artist, the ever popular Elvis Devo. Mr. Devo.
Jim.
Thank you for being with us this evening.
Well, it's my pleasure. Yes.
Well, Mr. Devo, we know that you've been coming off a hard-working Christian concert tour where you've been singing the glories of our Lord Benny and his only son Jerry. And we want to thank you for that and the message that you've been able to convey to our precious Christian kids out there. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. You can thank me. I don't mind. It's important stuff. I think the kids should know more about Benny and his only son,
Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah. Funny how your mind travels sometimes.
Sure does. The Lord Benny can play tricks on us too.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Elvis, your lyrics can be so meaningful, even to the older generation such as me. I know I enjoy especially a song you sang about the final moments of Benny's son Jerry, and maybe you could tell us something about that now.
Well, I think the topic of Jerry is really like topical because well, it's, Jerry was a carpenter, and that's why they nailed him to the cross. I think blood and violence and punk blends together in this kind of Christian story of the struggle of human beings against everything. I like rebels.
Elvis, I think that is probably the most precious thing about entertainers such as you. Confusion, war, blood, these are the messages, kids, that we want you to understand. These are the things that we want you to go out in life and pass along to your young friends as you do drugs. And so Elvis, maybe you can tell us now just a little more about what you're going to be doing as you travel around this great country and universe of ours.
Well, I've planned a concert tour. I'm going to be playing Christian halls and pump and dumps across the country and spreading the word of Benny and his only son, Jerry. Right, Jerry? Yeah.
Well, that's very pleasant to think about, that a fine messenger like Elvis Devo going out amongst our youth, be they stupid or ugly, and passing along the message of Benny and his only son Jerry. Now, I'm not going to be able to get away with letting this gentleman off of my show without having him perform a number, one of his popular numbers. My little girl, Benny Junioretta, that's a nickname for her real name's Bernice. But, me being a man of the cloth, be it burlap, I call her that name. She won't let me get by without putting Mr. Devo on the stage with the song. But first, of course, we like to be able to pass on some Christian commercials to you, so if we can break for that, Tommy, if that's okay, we'll go to that.
Imagine the world's sharpest knives whirling about in rotary fashion, whirling, twirling, causing mayhem in the kitchen. Now we have this, the Jericho Slice-O-Matic. It slices, it dices, julienne fries, hams, all done in minutes. This is not a dream. It can be yours for the low price of $9.95. If you act now, this is a TV offer, a limited supply. Act before midnight tonight. That's right, the Jericho Slice-O-Matic. It's really working.
Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Jim Lovejoy talking to you from the Holy Land outside of Guadalajara, Mexico. I'm here dressed in the traditional garb of our Holy Land to show you just a taste of what you can enjoy in this year's annual pilgrimage to the Shrine of St. Walter. As you know, we make our annual pilgrimage to study under the lights that we have erected around our glorious St. Walter. You can join me in double occupancy for you and the little lady or a friend for $39.99 cash mailed in advance. We'll be leaving from Bartholomew County, Indiana as usual, from the heliport direct to steamliners in the Bay of Miami. We'll go then direct through the Suez Canal to Guadalajara, Mexico, to the Shrine of St. Walter. So brothers and sisters, act now to get your passage on heliport to beautiful steamer to beautiful Guadalajara, Holy Land, Mexico. We'll be leaving as usual September 22nd, 1987, and you can join us for the beautiful 2-week tour. Remember, $39.99. If you want a brochure, the normal 800 number, 1-800-555-2222. In South Dakota, it's 1-800-555-2222. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Devo.
Oh, Jerry, he is the greatest. He brings his word to primetime television on the same time slot as Magnum P.I. Jerry, he's here for you.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis Devo. Well, brothers and sisters, that ends another enjoyable, I hope for you, Jim Lovejoy show. I want to thank our guest tonight, Chinese Jew Irving Wame Hirschberger, founder of Pump and Dump Franchises, the beautiful Dwayne DeFemme, author of Cooking Can Be Gay, and of course, Christian kids' favorite, Elvis Devo. We of course want to thank our sponsors, and we want to take this special moment to get a blessing from the Lord, Benny, and Jerry too. Remember, send all the food, money, bottle caps, and spare tires that you can right here to our station, and that's 3265 Robin Hood Boulevard, Nashville, Tennessee, 90025. Our next week's guests are going to be a man claiming to be the clone of Herbert W. Armstrong. We'll have the popular Lolita Comcacha, the founder of Tap Dancing for Benny, and we'll have Delbert Ritter, the husband of Leila, who is a reformed car wash attendant. We'll share his testimony with him. Don't forget, send all those bottle caps, tires, and call that number 1-800-555-2222 if you're interested in coming with me to the Holy Land, Guadalajara, and the shrine of St. Walter. So good night, and thank you very much.